The Saints Row reboot is one of the biggest piece of shits to come out of the gaming industry in recent years, and maybe of all time. Look, Saints Row 1 and 2, I think, are incredible games. Saints Row 2 is the peak of the series. I didn't play some of the later ones, but it was all downhill from there, in my opinion. But I think everyone's in agreement that this reboot just sucked asshole. We were all looking forward to this because we were promised and told that it was going to be a more back to basics, back to the root style Saints Row. And what we got was some hipster fucking yuppie fucking ESG SJW trash fire that the game didn't even fucking work properly. And to all the suckers that went out and bought this, yeah, you got ganked. Now, Saints Row developers have overhauled everything and asked fans for another chance. These are the same developers that during their creation of this game, when it got brought up at the quarterly meeting, they were pretty much told, hey, this franchise is fucking dead because of this game, but now they're asking for another chance. There's no second chances to be given with this one. This was their big chance, and they fucking blew it, man. Everything about this game was a trash fire from day one, and it doesn't help that the fact that the community manager, every time she opens her mouth to speak, she sounds like a drug addict, and, well, I don't know, maybe she is, but there's just nothing positive going on about this. So Saints Row is going for a cyberpunk-like revival with huge update overhauling everything. Holy shit. When you're even being compared to Cyberpunk, something's gone wrong. Because this is, of course, Cyberpunk 2077 that they're referring to. So Saints Row is about to get an update that overhauls pretty much everything and adds a bunch of new features, from changes to combat, missions, and multiplayer. Almost every part of the game is being improved as the developers ask fans to give the reboot another chance. Now you go ahead and tell me in the comments if you're going to give this another chance, or if you're even giving it a first chance. So this is the first of 3 major updates, with this expansion launching on May 9th, as well as the overhaul game improvements. This update adds a new area to the map, the district of Sunshine Springs. The area will have new activity for players, which will hopefully go down a little better than the offerings we had at launch back in August. Fuck, has it been that long since this piece of shit came out? So, the Sunshine Springs update comes after the Saints Row's disastrous launch, that's one way to word it, with the game panned by fans and critics alike. Judging from these extensive patch notes, it seems that developer Gearbox is pushing to give Saints Row a new lease on life, as some poor launches have managed to pull off in the past. You know, for example, such as things like No Man's Sky comes to mind. So we have a quote here. The team has been hard at work bringing you a huge set of quality of life improvements with new features and bug fixes. This includes an overhaul of the combat, making it feel smoother and more badass than even before. That's literally in the patch notes. Why was this not there at launch? The developers continue pushing to give fans the Saints Row another chance. We've improved a lot of the stuff, some of it you need to play to really appreciate, especially the combat changes. So get back to Santo Ayoso now and let us know what you think. No! So combat in Saints Row has received a bunch of changes, mostly centered on making fights easier and far less frustrating. Now there's a near zero chance that enemies will be able to dodge your melee attacks, easy mode. It will also be harder for them to hit you while you're crouching, and it'll be easier to interrupt them as they call for reinforcements. On top of this, the hit points have been drastically reduced as a bunch of UI changes make it easier to tell if you're fighting well or not. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. This, yeah, it's not getting a second chance. I don't think anyone's giving this game a second chance.